Welcome. And this is the card we're going to make today.
It's very plain.
we named this session. I was asking Tim about some names, running some ideas by him, and he loved this one. So we titled this Beyond Pretty, Designing Cards with Purpose and Heart. And he said that just made him stop and think. Because, you know, we love to do pretty cards, and it's usually kind of all about the layering and that. And I am not one who does usually very specific personal cards. So today's just going to be a little different. Just
read it again. Read it again.
Mm-hmm.
Let us think.
Beyond Pretty, Designing Cards with Purpose and Heart.
There's something different about that.
Mm-hmm. What's your thought on that?
Well,
what made you stop and think?
Pretty is kind of a part of our culture that's kind of a judgment. This is pretty and this isn't. But the second half, what is it? What are they again?
Designing cards with purpose and heart.
Purpose and heart. That's completely.
And it's like beyond pretty. A card can be pretty.
Yeah.
But it's the purpose and heart behind it that is the most important part. I think, you know, so that's where we are starting. A quick update on our granddaughter, Emerson. She's 1 month old today. And
I'm 76 and one month.
So today. He's celebrating his monthly birthdays now because of Emerson sharing his birthday. And the three of them have moved into Ronald McDonald House, and they just bring her to all of her appointments and stuff, which is really wonderful. Andres had said it was just really fun to be able to cook a meal again after a month of not being able to cook because they've been staying in the hospital room with her. So that is just, you know, those little things we take for granted. And I think, oh, how fun.
Tell the story about the bumpy bus ride.
Oh, he just said it was really hard. He had to take her in for shots and all kinds of tests. But he said it's really a trick with the stroller they have at the Ronald McDonald House. They have then they take a public transit. Well, I don't even know, but she's in her stroller and trying to get her on the not the trolley, but you know, the bus to make the rounds of things. He said it is quite an art. That's the exhausting part of it all. So, but I think that's just really exciting. But our thoughts today, and I thought, you know, coming back, it's actually really hard to just come back and get excited. I'm being perfectly honest about making cards, and I'm getting re-involved as much as I used to. So it's just a different time. And we thought this really fit our season because I did make one card this week. And I thought it was a good time just to talk about how we all have people in our lives that could use some encouragement. And our goal with this is to inspire you to think about who in your life might need a little encouragement now. And you know, like birthday cards are really easy to personalize. You can take their interests, but sometimes when it's a card of encouragement or a thank you card for something very specific that a specific person did for you, that's really heartfelt, and you just want to make it meaningful. I'm challenging us all to do something that I never do. So some of you do this all the time. Some of you make one card at a time, and it's always for a person. So I'm really doing this for me. And I thought by sharing my story, it might inspire some of you to think about doing this a little more if you don't too. And I also want to hear your stories of how you do this. But the other thing about Emerson that I did forget, she finished her first round of chemo, and now it's a 3-week wait with a bunch of appointments. And we will be going out again soon. So we'll just see. We're just waiting for updates. You know, we wait for our updates. But before I did this, I wanted to share one card, and I have other cards at the end. These are all cards for Emerson today. And from Linda. I might just see if I can figure out I might have your last name wrong. Can you read that? Spiel or something. I think it's Linda Spiel. I'm going to go with that. From Jacksonville.
Spire.
I don't know. We're trying to think. So we don't even know, but a big shout out to you. Okay, but where is this?
S-P-E-R. Spicer. Where are they from?
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Okay, anyway, I have to show. This is an absolutely stunning card, and I am feeling this is inspired by Julie Heights, who is part of my team. A bunch of you know her, the quilt card maker. This is a stunning card, and I love this. We walk by faith, not by sight. It's a Bible verse right there. And what she sent, I'm actually going to read this. She said, "Dearest Karen and Tim, my name is Linda Speisch." Oh, now I can read it. And she's just saying, that she's been following this. She said, "This is a card I made specifically for you. I prayed over it, and I had our pastors pray and then sign it. And I'm in charge of the card ministry. We are all praying." And that's full of little notes of encouragement from people in her group. And I'm just sharing that because all of these cards for her just hit us. And the group effort behind this, the praying about it, having people write little notes, it's just, and we've never met. Obviously, I couldn't figure out her last name. And, just what a community we are in life, how what we do matters. And so I just wanted to start that as kind of the setting for doing this. And we know you guys are praying. We feel that. And we are so, our son was saying that he loves doing woodworking on the side, and his favorite project he's ever done, he made a changing table for Emerson. And I was reminded of that because then I was thinking about how much he loved making a meal again. And, all these things that we take for granted and that we love. And when I was in Boston, I didn't bring a catalog or anything. I was just there. I didn't think about Stampin' Up! At all, except at one point I was thinking about all the people in our lives, that care. And I started thinking, I want to make a special thank you card to those that have sent us contribution for Emerson, and to do something more personal, to just send it back instead of an email thing, And so I started thinking about that because, I don't design that way. So that's what this is about. And so without a catalog, I started thinking through thoughts. And my first thought, I thought of the baby onesie. But the first thing I knew I wanted to use, this had just come. And I remember, I love this comment. "So grateful for that heart of yours." And I knew I had just gotten this. I had looked at this. And so that was on my mind. I knew that was the word that I wanted. So then it was what to go with it. So in my mind, I start designing. And, I love when we can be designing, even when we're not sitting creating. It's just a healing process to go through. It is that creative, I could do this, this, and this. I found that really wonderful. I was sitting holding Emerson, just thinking about what card could express this. So I was thinking about the baby onesie and that. And then I just thought about the storybook character. And so the storybook paper. So that's what I ended up using. But really, I'm just sharing that because it's kind of the thought process. And then from there, so I already had this design before I came home, and it was just all in my mind, because I thought those cute little storybook characters, and if I had this, and then I thought, I think I'd go with the plaid paper, so I haven't laid it out, but I came home to do this, and it's been wonderful. The Monday Mavens helped me make cards. And
this is what Tim came up with.
And Tim has been doing a lot of writing in them, and we're both saying how meaningful it is. So this is the challenge for the week. So I thought to do this very differently is to make a card specifically for someone. Like, think of someone who needs encouragement, someone special to think about, and share that over in the Back Porch Stampers. It can be fancy, it can be plain. There are just no rules this time. But if you're comfortable, we'd also love to hear the story, who it's from, or how you designed it, anything you want to say. I read all of these stories and I take them in, and it just, I feel like we learn from each other, both in the creative part, like seeing what other people do, but also in the stories. I think when you read stories, you think, wow, you realize how important it is what we do, but you also think, ooh, that reminds me of someone I could do this for. And I think it could be an encouragement for all of us to think about who to send cards and then act on that. So anyway, this is just a thoughtful digression. Kind of welcome back. So hopefully all this makes sense now. And of course, I wasn't making just one card because I needed to make several. So now we are going to look at the card.
Can I make some?
Yes, do make some comments.
It's off the wall, and you'll tell me later. Tim, why don't you keep that to yourself? I was just looking at
you see me
us.
kick him. If I do that, it means I'm kicking him under the table.
I was just looking at us on the screen.
Uh-huh.
And my white hair kind of matching the stripes of my shirt. And your hair kind of looks green.
Okay.
It looks green next to your shirt. It's not, though.
So the kind of cards we're talking about today are the cards, to me, that when somebody reads, it's saying you matter. I notice because it's very, the message, sometimes we get so focused too on the cards that we don't think about the message, but this is both. I designed this with you in mind, and this is my message. You do matter. I care. And that is a wonderful thing. So, okay. So now we'll go down and we'll look at the cards. And then I'm going to make them. We're going to kind of walk through. I'm not mass doing these. I was doing like 4 at a kind. But do you see how we took the So Grateful for that heart of yours? And then with the storybook paper, and then these are all the plaids. I just, we pulled out all the ones that are like cute, like little storybook characters, the little ones, and then match them to plaids. And I just think these are all just cute, and they're really meaningful. They're on the bottom of our heart. And I showed them to Tim, and he just said, yes, that is what we want to send.
It's beautiful.
And I knew I wanted little hearts across here because, I didn't put an obvious heart on here. And so these are just little tiny hearts from the Hugs for Love. So I thought, but kind of any heart. So this is where the design comes from. I would love to know who lives in Boston. I was just seeing that. Nancy said she lives in Boston. I would love when we're out there, if any of you live close enough to Boston and you come in, it would be really fun to meet. I did meet with a fellow stamper, and that was really fun. That was a very fun break for us. So yeah, those of you that do, and that actually would go in, because of course we don't have cars when we go. Yeah. So then I thought, then I thought I would use these next. So you see, I have all these kind of laid out. And since we're mass producing them, the women put all these are all just ready to go. And I have these, I know these are retired, but I have a bunch of these, and I thought this was just a great size. So this is what I'm doing. And now on some of these, I guess that works. I know that it's not going to matter where this goes, because this is going to fit. This can go off. This can go off the page, because this is going to be centered in the page. So I have all of these. I stamp these first because I can't get things straight. But I did want to go over this because this is a foam stamp. So I just wanted to show. And I wanted them fairly straight. On a card like this, they don't need to be terribly straight. So what I do, and I will put the address. I will put our address. Cards to Andres too can also, or to Emerson, can come to our house because we take a bundle out when we go out, and it's just a fun thing to share with them. But it will be in the show notes. Okay. And then you see, I will test it here to make sure, okay, that's a little bit crooked. I wouldn't care if it's that crooked, but you see if I do a couple of these on here and then I get the hang of it. So this is how speedy I am with doing things. Right. Okay. That's about right. Okay. Now I'm ready to do a bunch of these, but I played here. I'm not playing on my regular piece. There are other ways of doing this to straighten it, but I'm just saying this is the simple, easy way that I like to do things, because now I can do a whole string of these without having to redo it.
So that's just a tutorial.
Yes.
You're not going to do a bunch of them now.
No, so I thought I'd have that done because it's hard to lean over. You just see my hair if I do that. And then for the hearts, these are on a photopolymer, which is much easier because you can see right through there. And I'm just going to put those under the words. So those are my little hearts.
But Karen, you have a big heart.
Okay, so we have that part done. And then, so we're also doing a little bit of mass producing, kind of little tips on that. So you can do one card or you can do several, but it's just something that's special, not a birthday card, because, people expect a card for their birthdays. This would be an unexpected card. And I will put these on, and I just measured this. Whoop, that one's done. Let's see.
Could I just say that, that our mail delivery started with Mother's Day, Karen's birthday, Father's Day, our anniversary, my birthday, and then baby Emerson's birthday, and now get well cards. So we have been like, since the middle of May till now.
But do you know how nice it was to come home and pick up our mail? And, it's mostly cards. I know. Oh my goodness. It is. So just know I might be a little slow to respond. Holly is wonderful. Holly can take care of any needs for anybody. We are so thrilled to be working with her. So I'm doing this. Okay, so I have that part done. I'm going to set that aside. And then I chose a white base on purpose so that we could just easily write on the inside. And then I wanted color. So this is a color that I haven't had yet. You'll notice on these, we use Moody Mauve, and I know that's retired, but that doesn't matter, does it? And then
Is that different?
Misty Moonlight, because I'm going with plaids that work. And then, that's a
What's
different
this?
stack. This is Lost Lagoon, and this is Old Olive. So I've done all of these, and I'm looking for colors in here that match. So now this is going to be Lost Lagoon because that looks really good with this guy. So that's how we're just kind of matching colors. And I'm going to do 4 of these. Now I have tell Lee, I'll call her. Okay.
It's on.
Oh, if it declines me. Okay.
I'll just text her and tell her.
Tim will text. Oh wait, you can't see this. Oh dear. Because of the phone reconnected. Okay, I have to reconnect this. Give me a little break here. Text her to say I'll call her later. The reality of our life right now is we are getting a lot of family phone calls and going back and forth. So I said it is, but I have to figure out how to. I have to get my phone back in here. Sorry, guys. I'll figure this out. Okay. Now, I think that worked. Oh, no, it didn't. Present and invite. On the replay, I will, thanks for sticking with me. On the replay, I will delete this middle part. I won't, but I'll have Narsh do that. I have to get rid of this. Oh, sometimes. Okay. Let's see. I think I can go back here. Yeah, watch me get all discombobulated. There's a reason I don't give out my cell phone number. I give out Tim's. Our kids are really the only ones that have ours. So. Okay, enter studio. Thank you for putting up with that. So just know that will be changed. So I wanted to look at this and show you what papers I'm choosing from. Now, I think this would be nice too, and I use that also with olive. That would work with that. But you see, I'm just going through and finding papers that look, I like that one too. What do you think? I love that paper.
I personally like the greens well, I like them.
Okay, some of these I've
I
already
like the
used up.
balance of a lot of greens and a lot of browns. So.
Oh, so is your favorite this? Or
I think that.
this? Okay, which one? This one? And this is I only have one of these, so I'm cutting 4. I'm gonna see if I can cut 4 in my thing. So we're gonna do 4.
Oh, I love that. Is that already there?
Yeah, should I do all of them that? Because this could go with a lot of other things.
But do you already have one of those?
I already have this. Oh, we don't know what we're doing. Okay. Okay, Carol says she uses a Stamparatus. Yes, there are other ways of getting things straight, but I'm just showing the quick downright thing. So this next piece is going a 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 5 1/4 by 4. So now we're going to take these and we're going to want to go 5. I'm going to see if I can do 4 at one time. I can on my chopper one. That's usually what I use.
Sure. Why don't you just do 2 at a time?
Oh, no, I'm just going for it, Kim. I'm always just trying to be speedy. There, it worked. I didn't know. This is about trying. This was 4 inches wide, so this is going to be 3 3/4. So we're just using that 1/4 inch thing. And I love looking at the plaids this way because you can take them and then whatever you're using, then you can move on to another color. So now we'll back with this and we'll put these on.
So the other side is the same on all of them?
Yeah. Oh, so I can show you one of that side?
No, too late.
Okay. It's too, well, it is too late because this is a different pattern. So any of these would work. You see how now I'm going to.
And I still would have said no. I like the,
okay.
I like the short.
Okay. I'm putting this one on.
I like the plaid.
And I don't think I'm attaching there because you don't need to watch me do that. So I'll get all this done. That will be done at the end. We'll put this one on.
Oh, Karen, you're setting it on the.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm off practice. What do you think? So,
I think you're scattering.
yes. And that you guys all know we'll be in and out for a while. But how cool is that? So these will go on the whites. But now I will go ahead and attach these. And this is what I like to do. I do a lot of my assembling cards while Tim is watching TV. So let's say I got all this done.
And I thought we were watching TV, but no.
And I'm going to
Karen,
just
did you see that? No.
I'm just going to put that on there. And then I'm going to peel this off. Yeah. It's fun to be back with you guys. It's just part of preparing. Now we're going to see how this works. Oh, and it is going to work. Good. It doesn't come over. If it came over, then I would learn to put this over a little bit to the side. That is adorable, though. Isn't that cute?
She bobbed the tail.
So then this is the next round. So I'm just kind of going through all these cute little creatures, and I just think that's just kind of a fun thing. And Tim is doing a lot of the writing, and he likes writing messages and notes. So I appreciate, so I think that's really fun because it's a thoughtful part of our day. It's really how we're starting our days. And it's very thoughtful. So now that we've done that, we're going to look at more cards. But remember the challenge over the backboard stampers and all of that. So
we're moving on.
We are moving
I thought
on.
we're going to make all these.
No, because then the rest of it I think is pretty obvious. So that's kind of how we can mass produce and make things go quickly. So you can use the idea I had for your card. It doesn't matter what the card is this time. It is really the story, who it's for and why. And think outside the box. Who would, who's been on your mind that could use encouragement, or who has done something to you that isn't the normal thing to think about thanking someone, or maybe you thank them, but cards you can keep, and the sweet messages you write, you can keep.
Now, before we even open this, I want to just look at it. I have trouble. But it's just, look at the different, even the
layers. So this is,
the complexion. There's different like things. Like, anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. Except that it's very, very creative and very, not just simple.
Yeah, no, it's a really lovely card how it's put together. Oh, and this has the smaller card on the top. This is Lisa Kurz from Wisconsin. Just each one of these is so precious. That's just three, I think, is on here. She is from Colorado. Wonderful. Oh, and Vesta, tell me, is this another Julie Heights? Oh, I love quilt cards. Everybody knows that. Hope anchors the soul. That is also from Retired Stamp Set. But what a stamp set. I find myself, I don't keep stamp sets when they're retired, because
even if it's got a pickup or a tractor
or
a
sometimes Tim pulls them on, so you've got to keep them. Sometimes I think I should for the words. It's the words I was thinking, because I love those words, because that is so true. Wonderful. Love that. Beth Lewis from New York. Oh, and look how simple and stunning that is. On the black, the dark paper, and then the bright yellow words. That is beautiful. Faith does not make things easy, it makes them possible. Love that. Then we have from Karen Ross in Washington.
And this is
She put baby Emerson.
Baby Emerson.
It was so fun. We took a picture of this and sent it to our son and said, see, baby Emerson's getting cards in our house. It's just all fun. But Tim also brought this into me because he just loved this and said, this is such a good, and we were just going to tell our son that this is really describing, we feel like where he's at, but resilience, the capacity of a person to maintain their core purpose and integrity in the face of dramatically changed circumstances. The ability to not overcome setbacks, but to also move forward. I thought that's very cool.
so cool.
And Linda Phelps from Virginia. How pretty, just for you. We have the flower. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Money.
Okay, I can open this one. Oh my goodness. Okay, but how I had not. I didn't open some, but look at. Okay, I love this style of card. We did this once in Olga Cards Club for anyone that and that is so fun. But we didn't add. Look at that little pocket for a gift card or something. That is awesome. Gotta put that there. But thank you. I just welcome little one. And a prayer in here. And this is Lynn and Ken. Oh, Maringer from Wisconsin. And I love this card layout too. You notice we've got, this is like where you do the slice, stack, and shuffle. It sounds like a dance. We would never do that, but and I just like boot, scoot, and boogie. But I just love that. What a great background and the words there and that. That is so fun.
She doesn't even have cowboy boots. I do.
Debbie Bacon from Florida. You know, as I read some of these addresses too, I'm just thinking about all the weather reports we just hear from all over. I said, so just keeping everyone in prayers for all of that. I just, and the heat wave all over. I just, but out east and Texas, I mean, just all over. It's amazing. And the flooding.
Tornadoes.
Yeah, so many. But look, a barn door card. Oh, how cute is that? And the little heart hidden in there that you see when you open it. Oh, I love that. And this being narrow, that's really fun.
That narrow card can actually be a barn door?
It's just a barn door, we call it, because it swings like that.
Okay.
But so it could be up to here, maybe here. And that's the freedom of card making. You make it your own. And I don't know who gave it that title of a barn door card. I'm not exactly sure that it fits, but we do that. And then.
Oh, you know what? I love it. I've got to peel that off and put it in one of my journals because you're the second person. Maybe it was you. Another card came with hearts on it, and I just love. And
Jim collects little heart things, and he takes them off and he puts them in his journal,
journal.
Just so you know that, and then he'll come show me, which is really cool. Suzanne Sharp from
Alaska. Alabama.
AL. I said, this is how tired I am. AL. You guys, what is AL? I just wrote this to
No, I think it's Alabama.
I think it's Alabama. Alaska would be AK. I know, it is that word. You know, I think I think we're still tired. Okay. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. With the sun rays and my prayers. And look what you did on the inside. Now, these are all, do you see how all of these are stacked? And this doesn't look like a Stampin' Up one, but it doesn't matter, whatever you're using. But you see how these are all stacked and what she's done with that. Two of the smaller ones here. I also think it's really cool when you're doing cards, you know, you can do things on the computer too and print them and put them out. So if there is something or a Bible verse or something you want to say, you don't have to have a stamp for it, you know. And if you're, you know, should do whatever, but then a big one here. And then this shape there. That is gorgeous.
It is. I think this is the one that I brought you. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Next, we have Doris Ratcliffe from here in Minnesota. Love it. This is one of my favorite style cards. I'm always doing this with the middle. And I like how she's added this little ribbon on the side there. It's that extra little piece that kind of balances out that. That is very cool.
And I like the sentiment inside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the sentiment for the plaid cards. Yes, I will show that again. Hold on to hope. That's nice too. Is label me grateful. I also love this. A little kindness makes a big difference. And I always think of that, you know, for sending someone, they did like something little that, you know, it is so true. Little things make a difference. And a card like this would be so meaningful if you also put in what they did. You know, if this is your card, and then inside you said, I am so grateful for, you know, this you did for me. You're so appreciated.
But this one is one.
But this is one, so grateful for that heart of yours, because that's the one that I thought of when I was sitting holding Emerson thinking, what sentiment would I put on a card? And it was this one, because that's how we're feeling for everyone's heart that cares about her.
Yep.
And, you know, shared things. So. Okay, and then we have Linda Bowen, who is another fellow demonstrator I've known for years, and she is from Ohio. And look how pretty this is. God's compassion is never ending. Trust in his love. That's a cool saying.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool thing. And it opens like this
Ooh, yeah.
and then like that. That is so cool. Love that. And this is where she stopped up to see that same little heart thing. It's that look that I like.
And the gate actually works.
Yes. Mary says Tim will be overwhelmed with hearts now. That's true. Hearts. He just always brings his journal in when he's added this and that and like that, and it's just something he notices everywhere. And he signs when he writes things. He's so good at it. He always signs a little heart, colors it in with red, any thank you cards he's sending. And I just that is just his thing.
I have like 3 different highlighting cards and pens that are all red.
Mm-hmm. And he takes his time, he does his morning journaling, and he sits at the kitchen table. It's kind of his place in the house, and now he's writing several cards in the morning, and it's just a part of your experience that you just settle into, love doing things for the people. And he'll ask me, do you know this person? And what can you tell? And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. And sometimes he does, but I have to remind him, this is, but that's all part of just the charm, because we're so grateful for that person that he's writing card for. And, it's that part of that gratitude. This is a beautiful collage card. This is Sandy Malone from Washington.
But I'm still asking you, do you take sugar in your cream?
No,
you take sugar in your tea? No,
we have a running joke. Luann comes over on Tuesday evenings, and she helps me. She does all the die cutting. That's what Jim makes dinner. Every time he would say, Karen, do you want tea? I have never not wanted tea. He also, Luann and I just look at each other. Just like, well, at least he's thinking about it. So it is. Judith Bankston from North Carolina. Oh, how fun is this? Thinking of you. Down with those arches. Isn't that pretty? And it's just going to stand up differently. That is really pretty. I see Renee is on here. She's sitting outside enjoying her beautiful day, hoping she can go back to the dungeon and make cards. She just had surgery. So recovering from that makes this different. Somebody said audio is different. Are you guys? Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. Are you guys doing okay?
Audio wasn't working?
Well, no, I hadn't shut this camera off and had to come in. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Tech is getting hard. And the last card, this is from Barbara Gannon from Tennessee. Ooh, and this is stunning. Look at that. Praying for you. It opens like that and flips. Oh, and a fun note. Oh, wonderful. So I'm so sorry about the sound being terrible. But you guys mean the world to us. Just know that we feel the love we have, and during this time, these are life-changing moments. And yes, and we thank you. We'll keep you updated, and thanks. And I will be here most of the time. If I'm not, Holly will jump in. So we absolutely love all of you guys. Thank you for being in our world. Bye.
Goodbye.